Be alert and be of a sober mind. Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour. Now this video is directly addressed to the Prime Minister of Barbados, Mia Motley, who in her national address on Sunday came out and denied the claims that were made in my last social media video speaking about Barbados, the trader ID, and the cashless agenda for Barbados. She said that my claims were totally false, preposterous, and she said that they were total lies, and that I should put up or shut up and to bring the evidence of my claims. So Miss Mia Motley, Prime Minister of Barbados, let me quote your own laws that you passed in our parliament. The Barbados Identity Management Act, Section 510. A person who is not registered under this act shall not A. be added to the National Register, B. be assigned a national registration number, C. be issued with an identification card or a national identity credential, D. qualify to be added to the Register of Electors or Revised Register of Electors prepared under the Representation of the People Act, Cap 12, meaning that it can't vote. E. qualify to obtain a driver's permit or driver's license. F. qualify to access any service or good which require the presentation of an identification card to obtain such service or good, meaning that it can't access government service like healthcare, pension, schools, etc., etc. So here's the evidence that you asked for, Madam Prime Minister. To quote you, put up or shut up. So I have no put up, and the ball is in your court, and I am saying to you, so if a Prime Minister could come on national TV and blatantly struggle to tell the truth, while also making attempts to sully the reputation and the character of persons who actually speak out against the tyrannical laws that she and her parliament brought to this country to re-enslave Barbadians. And because I had to speak out, she made these wild accusations. Well, I'm giving her the truth. And I also say this, that if a Prime Minister can go to such extent, that Prime Minister should be made, having been caught in a lie, intentionally misleading the people of a country that it is not true when it is printed and black and white passed by her parliament, then that Prime Minister ought to offer her resignation to the people of the country for intentionally coming on national television and misleading the people of this country. That she did not try to bring these laws as it relates to the trader ID and trying to take away the rights of Barbadians. So here's the evidence, Prime Minister. What are you now going to do? If you have a conscience, you would resign, offer your resignation to the people of Barbados for intentionally misleading them and attempting to sully the truth.
As preposterous as it may seem, in recent days, a leader of a political party in this country went on social media to tell Barbadians that with the introduction of the national payment system and the Trident ID, you will not be allowed to vote in Barbados without the Trident ID. He went on that without the Trident ID, you cannot renew a driver's license, you cannot collect a pension or access health care, and that your child cannot be registered for school, or that you can't do business with government unless you have it, that you will not be able to do transactions in cash anymore. My friends, this is utterly and completely false. Full stop. It is reckless, and it is beneath anyone who seeks to lead a serious country. And I will say to him, as I said to the other political leader who attempted to cast scurrilous allegations against the Electoral and Boundaries Commission a few months ago, and by extension the government, to put up or shut up. Back up this foolishness that you are using to spread with evidence, or let us get on.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 14. It reads, "Thou shalt not curse the deaf." Yeah? "Thou shalt not curse the deaf, nor put a stumbling block before the blind, but shall fear the Lord thy power. I am the Lord. Shalom, shalom, shalom. This is your brother Kahan from the GMS Prophetic Vibration Camp here in Trinidad with another edification. Alright, through the power and spirit of Yahweh Baal Shem Yahweh Shai. So first and foremost, Kal Halayam La Alahayanawa Yahweh Baal Shem Yahweh Shai. Bahasham Rakaha Kodash. Barakata Yahweh Barakata Yahweh Shai. Barakata Yahweh Barakata Yahweh Shai. Barakata Yahweh Barakata Yahweh Shai. Double honors unto the apostles, the bishops, the elders, a great millstone that rule well. Double salutation unto the brothers who preaching and teaching this truth throughout the four corners of the earth, risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more than ever. Shalom unto the speckled bird Israelites, and shalom unto the very few but faithful Akwat, which is the sisters that listening and learning. The title of this edification is The Cat Has Been Already Out of the Bag, Mia Motley. Alright? The cat has been already out of the bag. Okay? Because yes, this guy, he's speaking the truth. But hey, we the prophets, starting with the men of great millstone, starting with the apostles and the bishops and the elders and what have you, so forth. Alright? These men, were the men that was really laying the groundwork pursuant to the prophecy, alright, of the MOTB. Alright, what is the MOTB and what have you, so forth. Also, the infrastructure, alright, the infrastructure and the policies to support the infrastructure. Okay? The policies to support the infrastructure. Pursuant to the MOTB, we have been sounding the alarm for years now. For years. But, hey, a scripture just come to my head, which is Joel chapter 2, and I think it's verse 28. Joel chapter 2 and 28, where it reads, And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions. Alright? And also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days will I pour out my spirit. So we in a time now where some in the people, not all, but some in the people, alright, is actually waking up and being hip to the beast system, that the world is being ushered into. Alright? The Lord is pouring out the Spirit, on individuals besides the prophets, as you will call them, the truth seekers, but they ain't really seeking the full 100% truth, but for some aspect they are seeking truth within certain aspects. All right, and the Lord is directing them. All right, towards the answers, I would say, pursuant to the questions that they may have concerning where the direction that this world is turning to, is coming to. All right? And this guy is speaking the truth. Now, Mia Motley, the Prime Minister of Barbados, all right, she gave him a challenge pursuant to her statements of his previous video. Now, you know something? Let me go to the previous video, because I had done a clip, a video on that clip, the previous clip that he had made, pursuant to this clip that I had put here. All right, I had done a video, and it was if it could happen in Barbados, it surely will happen here in Trinidad. All right, so let's go to what the Jake, what that guy there was speaking about, why Mia Motley gave him a challenge to put up or shut up, to provide the evidence. Because before I go to that, what the scripture says is Thessalonians, I think it's 1 Thessalonians 5 and 21 or 20 to 21. All right, 1 Thessalonians 5 and 21. What the scripture says, it says what? Prove all things. All right, prove all things, hold fast that which is good. Now, she asked for evidence. A matter of fact, she demanded evidence because she was bearing false witness against this guy that he is speaking lies. All right, that he is speaking lies, and the guy did provide the evidence, as we saw in black and white. So let's go to the clip. Bear with me. All right, so this is what, as you could see here, digital and cashless Barbados. All right, this is the clip that he had made. All right, and made a response. This is the clip that he was making the response to, pursuant to the first clip that I had played in this edification here. All right, and as you can see, he titled it Digital and Cashless Barbados, and I had used this for an edification that I had recently done, all right, which was titled, If It Can Happen in Barbados. All right, roughly paraphrasing, who's to say it can't happen? Yeah, if it can't happen in Barbados, who's to say it cannot happen in Trinidad? That was the exact title of that edification. So, without further ado, let's listen to what this guy has to say. All right?
Today is the day that the Lord has made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. Now, today is August the 12th, 2025. And today is the exact day that the Central Bank of Barbados rolls out their national digital payment system. Now, what's interesting about this national digital payment system, or what they're not telling you, is that this system, much like First Pay and Cash App and much other digital payment systems, is attached to your traded digital ID. And if you do not accept this ID, eventually you will be cut off from the system and the digital revolution in what will be the cashless agenda in Barbados. If you do not...
Right. So Barbados has officially launched their CBDC. Their CBDC. All right, because I believe that they have already officially launched their Trident digital ID. All right, and he is correct with what he is saying, that in order for you to have access to this CBDC, all right, you must have your digital ID. You must have your digital ID. All right? You must have your digital ID. All right? You must have your digital ID in order to access that CBDC. Okay? There is no two ways about it. But anyhow, let him speak. And there's something that I will say after when he finishes speak.
This trader ID. 1, you can't vote. 2, you can't have a driver's license. 3, you cannot benefit from social services like health care, etc., etc. You will be cut off from the digital revolution, which is supposed to take Barbados into a fully cashless society. If you go to the polyclinic or some other government service and you're asking for your digital ID, you don't have it, well, you will not benefit from what is called Barbados. And this is what is coming down for Barbadians all over. Now, this digital payment system that is being rolled out by the Central Bank of Barbados is also attached to the African payment system, which is called PAPS. PAPS, the Pan-African Payment System. Hence the reason why so many Nigerians and other Africans are being allowed into Barbados and they are given these digital IDs and they are participating in this digital revolution. Now, this happens all across Africa. And what's interesting is that so many persons are kept in poverty because they've been excluded from this cashless agenda. They're also allowing the CARICOM nationals to come into Barbados as residents. And if you don't know, if you're a resident in Barbados for over 6 months, you are allowed to vote. So all of these people are coming to Barbados on your taxpayer dollars, and you are funding the government into this cashless agenda, and they will essentially exclude you if you choose not to participate in this new digital revolution, taking Barbados into a fully cashless society.
All right. So now, this is the thing here. Mia Motley. So you mean to tell me, right? This is a question I'm posing to Mia Motley. Although whether she hear this edification or not, or what. Or you know what? I will ask this to the wider people of Barbados. This is what I would have to ask you here. Because first thing first, this is not just only taking place in Barbados. This is something that is going worldwide. This is something that is going worldwide. Now, seeing that this is something that is going worldwide, where the whole world is going towards a cashless society. All right, CBDCs is being the new fiat currency. You Barbadians, you people of Barbados, you really think, ask yourself this question, you really think when they come out with this CBDC, all right, this digital cash system that the whole world is falling under, you really think that you all will still be able to access and carry about literal, tangible cash transactions? Here it is, the CBDC is being brought about to replace cash. You really think within your all wildest dreams that they would have that they would continue, that they will literally continue, all right, to have a two-way payment system, a two-way cash transactional system, digital and what do they call it again, tangible cash. Let's be real. You have to ask yourself that question, because this is something that is going all throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, because why? Every single country has a central bank, and nearly there's only about 3 or 4 countries in the world that their central bank is not controlled by the Rothschilds. All right, Barbados, despite they just recently become a so-called republic, they are still under the British. All right, just as Trinidad, just as Jamaica, and what have you, so forth. All right, still under the British. All right, take for instance West Africa. There are a lot of former colonies of West Africa that their money still is pegged, despite that they are so-called independent. Their money is still pegged to France, to the French franc. All right, so which means what, they're still attached to their colonial masters. All right, because they are the ones that controlling the money. You controlling the money, you're controlling the blasted people. Once you're controlling the money, you're controlling the people. All right, and these people, they own all the central banks, the Rothschilds I'm speaking about. Okay, they own all the central banks, and they are the ones that is calling the shots. Mia Motley, That's like as our former Prime Minister, what's his name, Rowley, and even what she name is, Kamala, they all have to fall under the order. All right? They all have to fall under the order. So you really think that she could rebel, or any one of these leaders within CARICOM and whatnot, so forth, could rebel and go against the status quo of the elites that be, where they're keeping this, where they're implementing the CBDC, but still being able to do literal cash transaction. You ought to be out of your freaking mind. Cash is going to be obsolete. All right? Cash is going to be obsolete. They are going to make cash obsolete. And what is actually, what this guy is actually trying to say, all right? But you see, the thing is, again, Yahaba Hashem Yashai, that is what I said earlier on, they're seeking truth, but they're not going full circle. Ever learning, but never coming to the truth, to the full understanding of the truth. What he is showing you all is, yes, that you all are going to be, they are literally going to have you in digital slavery. You understand? But he's not going full 100 with it, as into the true agenda of with this whole digital system, cashless society, whatnot, so forth, so forth, so forth, which is pursuant to this scripture here. Let's go to it, which we always go to. We always go to, which is Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16, where it reads, Revelation 13:16, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right? Now, the starting off, the first instance of this, all right, is your digital ID, which will be like, which will be on your devices like your smartphone and what have you, so forth. All right? But that is just the conditioning. That is just the gradualism and the conditioning, all right, for the true ID, which is that elite mark, which is what? The RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast. This is where this whole thing is getting towards. Now, I don't know if that individual, if that guy, he knows where is the real full 100% of what is the true agenda of the elites, the powers that be, all right, and you know, the Mia Motley and them is just the puppets and what have you, so forth, you know, to bring forward the agenda. But there's where it is. And what this guy is actually speaking about, what this guy is actually speaking about and warning you all of, is actually the infrastructure that is put in place, that has already been put in place. All right, the infrastructure that is set up and put in place to facilitate the up and coming mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip. There's where it is. There's where it is. But the thing is, Mia Motley, this is to you. The cat is already out of the bag. There's no how it is called it, PR, oh gosh, there's a particular word, you know, like when some, you know, when these people in these people in high society, you know, when they get exposed and whatnot, you know, they call it a PR. I wonder, let me see if I could get that. I think it's PR announcement or something like that. Let me see, PR meaning. All right, good, yeah, all right. So let's look at this here. PR, right, which goes into public relations. All right, where it says managing Imagine how information about an individual or company is disseminated to the public. All right, this is what you know. When they're being exposed and whatnot so forth, you know, the think tanks and whatnot so forth, you know, and the PR managers, the PR officers, you know, they will all come together and whatnot so forth to friggin' come up with whatever speech and whatnot so forth to persuade the mind of the dumb dotish individuals, you understand, to sway them from the truth. All right, so as it says here, PR most commonly stands for public relations, which is the strategic management of information and communication to shape public perception and build mutually beneficial relationships between an organization and its various publics. All right? So basically, it's like a re-educational freaking, you understand? It's like a re-educational freaking program. All right? Here it is, the people, like take for instance the individual there, the Jake there, all right? He exposed the nefarious plans of the government that has been instructed by the elites and what have you so forth, you know, and the PRs, those PRs and whatnot so forth, you know, they will come rushing out to try to sway the minds of the people. Hey, don't study he lying, whatnot so forth, this, that, boom, 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 bam, bam, bam. You understand? So that's what it is basically, is a re-educational freaking shit to continue to keep the people asleep. Alright? It says the acronym can also refer to other terms such as per rectum, administered rectally. Alright, so we get the meaning. Alright? So there's where it is here. Alright? So there's where it's so the thing is, the cat out of the bag. The cat been out of the bag long time, Mia. You see the thing is, you know, he's just he's just a public figure, you know, on a worldly level, on a worldly standpoint, you know. So she will try, you know, she will try to use her PR, you know, strategy towards him. But when it comes to the prophets, all right, there is no way that you could try to swindle away and whatnot so forth, you know, to try to, no, because we've been, just as that guy, just as that individual there, all right, we've been saying what we're saying and standing by what we're saying, all right, and bringing forth the proof and bringing forth the evidence, all right. And the thing about it is, you so stupid, you so freaking stupid, all right. The elites themselves, they've been coming out and speaking what is their true agenda. The elites them freaking self been come on, Mia. Come on. But you see, the lies, you know, and the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai will always rise to the top. The truth will always stand out. Yeah, the truth will always stand out. You understand? You trying to talk on, you trying to say you're putting the people back to sleep. How to pay it that way, but it will not work. It will not work. So, all right. What will be, all right, Mia? What will be your stance? What will be your stance? But then too, you know, Jake have a shallow freaking mind. They're quick to forget. But still, what will be your stance when everything that this guy pursuant to the evidence, whether because you tell him put up or shut up, bring proof. Okay, he bring the proof. Now, when every single thing that is on that in that black and white there, that the proof that he bring forth, When all that be implemented, when it is implemented, not if, but when it is implemented, what have you to say to the people? Because remember, you come out and said that it is lies that this man is bringing forth. Lies, this, that, the other. And that the country would not go cashless. And if you don't have the ID, you will still get, because that's why you're implying that you will still have access to all goods and services and whatnot, so forth, this, that, the other. But when it reach to the point where you cannot do nothing unless you have that Trident ID that is going to evolve into the RFID microchip, what have you to tell the people? What have you to tell the people? But you see, there's a particular, I don't know if that is Isaiah 28, let me see. I think that is Isaiah 28 and 15. Isaiah 28 and 15. It says, let me see here. Yes, this is itself, Isaiah 28 and 15, where it reads, because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell we are at agreement, which is who? Esau, Edom, the elite, the ones that is really running the show. All right? When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, all right, which is Jacob's trouble, which is this whole beast system that they implement in here, all right? That is to literally entrap and enslave the people. All right? It shall not come, when the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come upon us, for we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves. This is the thing here. What have you to tell the people when this thing is being implemented? Because you see, what go on, the trust in the trust in the lies, and they make it the refuge. You understand? When I jump down to verse 18, it reads, and your covenant with death shall be disannulled, and your agreement, all right, with hell shall what? Shall not stand. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, then ye shall be trodden down by it. All right? Because the Most High, He's not going to let you get away. All right? He's not going to let you get away with your lies. With your lies, and you're actually bringing your people to enslavement. Digital enslavement. This is where it is. What that guy should go and do is to go and dig even deeper into what that thing really is and what is the true end goal. That is what he should do. I suggest, if he ever hear this video, listen to this video and whatnot, so forth, I think he should do that. Follow the money. Follow the money and see what this whole thing is tying into and what it is, what its true agenda is really about. That's why the Lord said, pursuant to Luke 12 and 2, Luke 12 and 2, it reads, for nothing is covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be made, that shall not be known. Therefore, whatsoever ye have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light, and that which ye have spoken in the air in closets shall be proclaimed on the housetops. But no, where it is with these people, what it is that they say. And that's why, where does the Lord tell them? Because they think that everything, hey, watch, oh boy, Isaiah 29 and 15, going straight to the point, Isaiah 29 and 15, what the Lord said, woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us, and who knoweth us? They think that nobody is seeing them. Yeah? They think that nobody is seeing them. They think no one is knowing of their plans. But hey, the Lord said what? He would expose the wicked man. That's why when you go back to Luke, but Luke 8 and 17, it says what? For nothing is secret, Mia Motley, for nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest. Yeah? Neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad. The cat had been already out of the bag because we the prophets been speaking about this. We've been speaking about this. Do you understand? We've been speaking about this. So you trying to lie to make the guy look like a liar. With the scripture say, let's go to Sirach. Let's go to the book of Sirach. Sirach 20. Sirach 20 and 24. Sirach 20 and 24, it reads, a lie is a foul blot in a man, yet it is continually in the mouth of the untaught. A thief is better than a man that is accustomed to lie. Because a man might just thief to survive. But a liar could bring masses to death. What is the scripture talk about the tongue? It's somewhere in Sirach, you know, boy. I gotta go in my hard copy. Bear with me. Alright, so I find the scripture. It's actually Sirach 28. I will come back to this very said scripture. Just bear with me. Sirach 28 and 14. Alright? Sirach 28 and 14, where it reads, a backbiting tongue. Let's go to that word backbiting. Let's go to that word backbiting. Alright? Okay? Alright, so it says here, a backbiting tongue, malicious talk about someone who is not present. Alright, a backbite, talk maliciously about someone who is not present, but it also goes into lying. Alright? It also goes into lying. Alright? To lie, to slander. Alright? So it says a backbiting tongue. I'm going to go to it. Salakia. A backbiting tongue has disquieted many and driven them from nation to nation. Strong cities hath it pulled down and overthrown the houses of great men. Alright? Yeah? A backbiting tongue hath cast out virtuous women and deprived them of their labors. Whoso hearkeneth unto it shall never find rest and never dwell quietly. Alright? The strokes of the whip make it marks in the flesh, but the stroke of the tongue breaketh the bones. Many have fallen by the edge of the sword, alright, but not so many as have fallen by the tongue. Lying tongues, lying lips, lying words. Alright? Well is he that is defended from it, and hath not passed through the vein, passed through the enemy thereof, who hath not drawn the yoke thereof, nor hath been bound, alright, in her hands. So again, I'm going back to the Sirach 20, 24. Alright? Sirach 20, 24, where it reads what? A lie is a foul blot in a man, yet it is continually in the mouth of the untaught. Alright? A thief is better than a man that is accustomed to lie. All right? But they both shall have destruction to heritage. The disposition of a liar is dishonorable, and his shame is ever seen with him. All right? This way it is, boy. This way it is. Hey, you trying to make this man, you lying, to try to make this man look like a liar, but the man is speaking the honest gospel truth of what is the true agenda of these elites, all right, and using you as the flippant puppet to carry about their agenda, to ensnare and enslave, entrap, destroy your own people who are Israelites. This way it is. This way it is. You are a liar, and you keep it company with liars. That is why the scripture says, Proverbs, I'm going to Proverbs 29. Let me see. Is it 18? Let me see. All right. Yeah. This is Proverbs 29 and 12. It reads, if a ruler hearken, and what is she? She's the ruler of the people of Barbados right now. She's the one, that the elite choose. All right. She's the Caesar right now for Barbados. All right. So it says, if a ruler hearken to lies, all his servants are wicked. All right. And best believe, every single one in that cabinet of Mia Motley, they are all in cahoots. All right, because they are all benefiting. They are all benefiting from that wicked act that they are participating in. All right? This way it is. When I go down to verse 18, it reads what? Where there is no vision, the people perish. But he that keepeth the law, happy is he. All right? And we could blatantly see that there is no vision within the leadership, within, the stewardship of not only just in Barbados, here in Trinidad too, Jamaica the same way. All right? And all these other countries. Because at the ending of it all, they are all in their Illuminati cabal. They are all in their wicked Freemasonry cabal. All right, to bring about their new world order. All right. That's why the scripture says, pursuant to Psalms. Let's take a look at Psalms chapter 2 and 1. It reads, no, not 2. Psalms 1 actually, Salakia. Psalms 1 and 1, it reads, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. Yeah? Yeah, Mia Motley? Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the ways of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. Envy not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by the river of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. The ungodly are not so. Mia Motley and them, they are not so. Rowley them, they are not so. Kamala them, they're not so. All right? None of them is not so. Andrew Holness, none of them is not so. They are the ungodly, but are like the chaff, yeah? But are like the chaff which the wind driveth away. Therefore the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, right? Nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish. This is what's coming for you all, man. This is what is coming for you all. Hook, line, and sinker. Hook, line, and sinker. This is what is coming for you all. You understand? Because why you all wax fat, you all wax rich. Jeremiah chapter 5. Alright? And 26. It reads, for among my people, for among my people are found wicked men that lay wait as he that setteth snares. They set a trap to catch men. That what Mia Motley is do. That is a literal trap. That ID that is going to be mandatory. It is a literal trap that she is setting, a pit that she is digging. A pit that she is digging. Yeah? As a cage is full of birds, so are their houses full of deceit. Therefore they are become great and waxen rich. Because why? They're doing the deeds of the wicked. They're doing the deeds of the elites, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, and what have you so forth, the Illuminati. They are caring about their agendas for them. Alright? They are waxen fat, they shine, yea, they overpass the deeds of the wicked. They judge not the cause of the fatherless, yea, yet they prosper. And the right of the needy do they not judge. What did the Lord say? Shall I not visit for these things, say the Lord? Shall not my soul be avenged on such a nation as this? That is why I will leave with this last scripture, which is back in Proverbs. I think it's 26 and 25. Proverbs 26 and 25. It reads, when he speaketh fear, believe him not. Yeah? Yeah? When this bitch, Mia Motley, speaketh fear, nice words and whatnot, so forth. Yeah? And she PR a statement, right? To try to rock the people back to sleep. But there is something PR or PR something. I can't remember the name, boy. I can't remember the name. You understand? But I will get it. I will get it. Yeah? As it reads, when he speaketh fear, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart, whose hatred is covered by deceit. His wickedness shall be shewed before the whole congregation. Yeah? Whoso, verse 27, whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein. Right? And he that rolleth a stone, it will return upon him. A lion tongue hated those that are afflicted by it. Yeah? A lion tongue hated those that are afflicted by it, and a flattering mouth worketh ruin. Yeah? So, Mia Motley, as the guy said, the ball is in your court. He provided the evidence. He provided the evidence. And I am saying, when this come to pass, not if, it are not if with this, but when it comes to pass, what have you to say to the people? What have you to say to the people? Kal halayam, la alahayanawa Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Kodash, Barakatah, Yahweh Barakatah, Yahushai Barakatah, Yahweh Barakatah, Yahushai Barakatah, Yahweh Barakatah, Yahushai. Double honors unto the apostles, the bishops, the elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Double salutation unto the brothers who preach and teach the truth throughout the 4 corners of the earth, risking their lives and their freedom to do so no more than ever. Shalom unto the speckled bird Israelites, and shalom unto the very few but faithful Akwat. The brother Kahan from the GMS Prophetic Vibration Campaign Trinidad, signing out, saying shalom to the elect, wa abad babal unto the wicked.